Attention, bobsled riders! You will soon be embarking on a thrilling podcast down the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. So please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the bobsled at all times. Auf Wiedersehen!
Hello, yodelers. We are the Matterhorn Yodelers. I'm your host today, Japheth, with...
I'm Tina. I'm here to play some sleepover games.
Whoa. You got something today,
I know,
Peter.
I had something for
that
this
was really
time.
good. All right, Tina. And we are not brought to you. We don't have a sponsor. We have a guest today filling in for Jackie. She's not recording with us today, but she'll be here soon. So you are...
Father Yodeler, not related to Tina at all.
Tina's not...
Oh, you're not my daddy.
No, Tina.
We are not of relations. So, as Peter alluded, we're playing a game, sort of. It's Would You Rather.
Yes.
We've done this before. It's like in the beginning, our first year of recording. You know, we're now heading into our
About to start
we
our
finished
fifth
our
year.
4th year, and we're heading into our 5th year of recording. Wow. Yeah. It's a COVID project, and I still have my COVID beard, so we're still playing COVID games.
Yep.
No, so the game is, would you rather? Would you date Tina? Would you rather date Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise?
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
Peter likes
Tom
Brad.
Cruise is a little crazy.
Peter likes Brad Pitt. Okay. Got you there. That's
you
what
burned.
brothers do.
You burned.
I got you.
None of the above.
There we go. Father Yodeler, he's flying single like a Pringle. All right. Here we are. We're going to start with Walt Disney parks to pick. You have the choice, Father Yodeler, of going to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom.
Why Magic Kingdom?
That's where the magic is. It's
Okay.
not in the Animal Kingdom. No.
Did you say manage? Like,
Not manage, just go and
just go.
I
Okay.
thought
you were saying
I had
like,
a sticky
which
tongue.
one would you be a manager over? I was like, well, Animal Kingdom. You get to
I'm
go
going Animal
home
Kingdom. I'm
early.
going home early. I'm not playing games. I was like,
That was my thought. I was like,
park
man.
closed at 8, and I don't have like a monorail to deal with and
Right.
crowds. Like, get on the bus and leave. Bye-bye.
I've got a one-day pass to Disneyland.
Yeah,
I'm going to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I get on the monorail and jump over and go to the Polynesian,
And eat some nachos.
eat some pulled pork nachos, and watch the fireworks. That's my day.
You're not even going to the park.
I would go to the park. I would do like the 3 rides I'd want to do, and then I'd jump back out.
What 3 rides?
I'd probably do a tiki room,
Okay.
and I'd do Haunted Mansion, and then probably the mine cart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those 3 are probably the big ones I do. And maybe if I have time, I will. What was the other attraction I was gonna do?
People mover.
No, not the People Mover. There was another one. It's forgettable, I guess. So yeah, those are the 3.
Okay.
And yeah, maybe if I can, I'd sneak down into the tunnels,
There you go.
get a good whiff of the garbage smell.
Go get yourself a Subway sandwich.
Ugh. Ugh, sorry. There was a I don't know what's there anymore, but that Subway was overeaten by everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, Peter, Epcot or Hollywood?
I would probably go Epcot. As much as like Epcot's in so much disarray, I would probably pick Epcot.
Okay, with Epcot, which half would you go to?
Oh, you're evil. That's a good one. I would probably go with World Showcase.
World Showcase? Yeah, World
Yeah.
Showcase is fun.
I'm going to Hollywood. I don't know why you're going to
What's good about Hollywood?
You got all the e-ticket attractions.
The
You got
reason
Star
why-
Wars Land. You
Let
got
him finish.
Tower of Terror. You've got...
Peter's cringing over here. So you got all the. I agree. There's some great e-tickets.
you're
If you
not
want the
wrong.
thrill, you go to Hollywood.
You're
Yes.
not wrong. The only reason why I say no to that is because 90% of those attractions are at Disneyland. Most of those attractions are at Disneyland.
And Disneyland, proximity-wise to us, is closer, and we go probably more often. So
For me, I don't go to Disney World enough to like enjoy Epcot.
But you used to work at the Tower
I used
of
to work,
Terror.
but it needs a lot of work. I rode it recently. It needs a lot of work right now.
Wow.
It is not the same attraction.
does the elevator go up and down, and it's a little shaky?
So I rode it. So like when you go into through the fifth dimension, right? Where you go across the floor into...
I'm sorry, I'm stuck in the third dimension.
I know.
Dad jokes.
You go across the fifth dimension floor into the actual main drop shaft, okay? Well, the doors that open up to the outside are supposed to be closed, okay? But they have them open. So when you enter the drop shaft, you see the light coming down the elevator shaft. And I'm like... The whole point of like the cool part of that scene was like you're entering into a dark abyss. You don't know where you're at, but the light, like you see the whole.
It kills the magic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be like riding through Haunted Mansion with the lights on.
Actually, no, it would be better. It was fun to go with the lights on because there's so much that you don't see color-wise and the little details. You have to do it at least once.
I've never done it, so yeah.
Well, I walked through a million times, and I was always like, "That's cool." There's just so much. People say you would hate it, but no. If you've ridden the Haunted Mansion a million times, yeah, you know the theme, but to ride it once with the lights on is really, really cool.
And then one of the main Starfield doors on the fifth dimension. So like there's Tower of Terror separated into two sides, Echo and Foxtrot. I rode it twice on my last visit. I rode once on Echo side, one on Foxtrot side. And on the Echo side, I believe the main Starfield door that has all like the star effects on it before it opens up, before you go into the drop shaft, like it was just open. So like there was no cool effect. Like the effects weren't working. Like it felt like it has been it's an older attraction now.
It's over 30 years old.
It was 93, 94, something like that when it opened. So
I'm still waiting for the movie to come out on Disney Plus. I want to watch that again.
Steve Guttenberg. Gotta love him.
I've got it on DVD, so.
Awesome.
But
Can I watch it with HE double
yeah.
hockey sticks?
Yeah, I got that too.
But you got like Star Tours, you got Galaxy's Edge, you got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you got, like most of those, you got Alien Swirling Saucers, which is Mater's is a better version of that ride. You got Toy Story Midway Mania. Like the only the unique attractions, you got Slinky Dog, you got Rock and Roller Coaster,
The Indiana Jones
and the
Spectacular.
Indiana Jones show. But that's pretty much it in
And
terms
you
of
get-
the
you
unique.
still
You can get
the
ice cream
Tower
from
of
a
Terror
giant
is-
dinosaur.
and their version of Phantasmic is lesser than
Oh,
the
yeah.
Disneyland.
Oh, it's horrible.
No, I wouldn't go there just for
Well,
that.
and then that just adds to my point. Is that like the reason why I wouldn't go there, because I don't need to go there, because most of the things I would do there I can do in
He
the
could
other
get
park.
what he could get his fix for at.
But I can't get my Epcot fix at Disneyland.
Right, I get that.
That's where his thinking is.
So the rides you would ride at Epcot, your top 3 rides?
Oh, well, I mean, am I in World Showcase or am I in Epcot? Because you cornered me into World
I was just
Showcase.
curious.
Okay.
You can go to. I'll allow you, Peter. You
Okay.
could go to both. I just wanted to see which side if you had to choose.
Sure. So
You've been
What's
there
up?
the most recently. What are
Yes.
your top 3?
I for sure go with Spaceship Earth. I would for sure go to the Guardians Coaster. That was a fantastic attraction. And probably the third one.
Don't
would
say Test
probably
Track. I
be
hate you so
the
much.
America Adventure.
Okay.
Adventure
I have to do
Experience.
that.
That's
Man, it fills the spirit of America
yeah,
within
like
me.
those are like my
I think
top
the
three
last
of
2
Epcot.
times it's been closed.
I didn't get to see it last time because of timing when we hit the America Pavilion.
Oh, yeah.
So like you hit it at the wrong time and you're just like, well, I'm not gonna
It's too
sit
far
here.
to go back.
Right.
And then we can go to guest relations and complain that the spirits of America don't have proper costumes.
That's right.
That would be on my list of things to do. It's like, well, when did they start buying their own costumes? You guys have got cheap. I'm complaining about this, and I just want that to get to management.
Here, I've got one. Where do you watch the parade at Disneyland? Main Street or Small World?
Main Street.
Main Street.
If I get my druthers, yeah.
What
Oh,
do your druthers? What do you mean?
If I get to choose,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
if there's a place for me to stand, I'm choosing. To
Like if
stand
you're
at
there
Main
and you're
Street.
available.
Right, as opposed to, well, if it's crowded, you're probably better off going to Small World.
Okay, so you have the choice. So you wait 4 hours or 3 hours. Or I guess what point would you not be on Main Street? Like, how long are you willing to wait for that spot?
It depends on the parade.
Like if it's new, you want to record
if
it.
it's Paint the Night, I'm gonna wait a long time. That was a great.
Is that the one with the
parade.
giant like? But yeah, I remember that, and I was like, "That's awesome."
The Paint the Night parade was the best. I saw it there. I also saw it at California Adventure. Sound system on Disneyland Main Street, 10 times better than California Adventure. If you have a choice of seeing the Main Street Electrical Parade at California Adventure or Disneyland, go to Disneyland. The sound system is way better for the parade route.
I believe it. I believe it. Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach?
I would probably pick Blizzard Beach, personally.
Blizzard Beach?
Yeah.
What-
I mean, I never actually went to either one.
You never went when you were there?
I didn't. That's one of my biggest regrets is I never actually went to the water park.
You did go to Typhoon
Well, in '92.
in
but-
'92.
When I was 3,
Yeah.
I went in the lazy river.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I whined because that's what I did.
Yep. Most likely.
Because my brother picked on me. I would, man, I'm torn on this one. I like both of them. If I want the thrill, I'll go to Blizzard Beach. But I like the atmosphere of Typhoon Lagoon.
Interesting.
better.
What is the number one thing you would do at Typhoon Lagoon?
I would get the donuts. They have these like Hawaiian donuts there.
oh,
They're just coconut donuts, but they're good.
good.
I like
Mm.
they make them there and they're warm and they're fresh. Well, everything's warm in Florida. So yeah, and I like the wave pool. I think it's really cool. The lazy river. It's up to my speed right there. Blizzard Beach has some really cool like roller coaster type like
Slides and
slides. That doesn't really do anything for me. Like if I'm gonna ride a roller coaster, I'm gonna ride a roller coaster. The water that no.
gotcha.
I like the old school, like you start up high and you wind your way around. That's more fun for me. So yeah, I would probably go. I would probably go Blizzard. No, Typhoon. Have you been to Blizzard?
I've never been to Blizzard. Either it didn't fit our schedule or it wasn't open.
I mean, you guys never really showed up in the warm part.
Right.
I mean, you probably could have when I got married in April. It was hot.
It was.
It was like 100 degrees. It was like
That was hot. That was hot wearing that tuxedo, walking around Magic Kingdom. I was like, oh.
I'm doing it. I'm living my dream.
I was
Dying.
living my
And I was
dream.
like, what are you guys complaining about? I
Some
do
of
this
the-
all the time. I wear a
know.
polyester wool suit.
Some of the pictures were great from that. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think I would plan to go to Typhoon Lagoon if there was time. But yeah, we were kind of busy with a wedding. So
Yeah, I would. I wish I went more to the water park, but you have to have someone that likes going to water parks in order to really do it.
It's hard to do water park by yourself.
It's kind of sad. It's people are like, it's sad going to the movies by yourself. And you're like, no, it's actually kind of nice.
It is
but a
nice.
water park, yeah, it's just you're getting yourself motivated to do things
You end up talking to strangers a lot.
or yourself, and then the strangers don't want to talk to you.
You get the weird looks of people, and you're like, okay, they don't want to talk to me. All right.
All right, so Dad, I want to go back to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood. You kind of narrowed down your two top ones right there. Which ones would you?
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. You just that Disney magic, the
Disney
castle.
Magic. If I'm only going to one park, I'm going to the Magic Kingdom.
So if you're like going on a cruise and like, oh, I got one day, you're going to Magic Kingdom.
I'm going to Magic Kingdom.
All right, Peter. Which place are you going to? You have one day at Disney World. You liked Epcot, and I never asked you Magic Kingdom, but would you go to Magic Kingdom if you had between Epcot and Magic Kingdom?
I would pick Epcot still.
You love.
I do love Epcot.
You love.
I'm an Epcot fanboy.
Epcot.
That is my. Even though I don't like necessarily what it's become, I still love Epcot. I love how I feel when I'm there. I love it just has a great vibe, and it's a unique feeling. Because like when I'm at Magic Kingdom, it's the same feeling I get when I'm at Disney, which is it's not a bad feeling. It's like I enjoy it, but it's that sense of like, go go go. Go to the next thing. Go, go, go. Mission accomplished. Whereas like Epcot's more of like, that's like,
Let's explore.
let's explore, let's relax.
It's
let's,
springy. You're like, let's go
Right.
here. And
I feel like that's the closest I get to like relaxing on a Disney vacation is going to Epcot.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would agree. I probably have more fun going to Epcot as an adult.
Even though you've got longer to walk to get to any place.
Doesn't bother me. I like the spirit of exploring new countries and going to the same gift shops I've been a million times.
Right.
I just
You-
know
you'll-
what
you'll-
foods.
the
There's always
merchandise-
the food.
The
The desserts are so good, like the snow cones in Japan. There used to be a dark forest cake in Germany that if you had like a craving for something, you could get it there. And like I go to Magic Kingdom and it's like, well, I can get the clam chowder or
Funnel cakes.
Yeah,
funnel
but
cake. Yeah, it's like
you don't go to the Magic Kingdom for the food.
No, after I saw that dumpster full, I can't. You know what? I probably shouldn't. Disney's probably gonna get mad if I tell that story, but So yeah, I think Epcot's probably the special one because it's unique.
It's
but
the most unique park I think out of all the Disney parks in the world.
yes,
I can't argue with that.
yeah. All right, we're gonna switch gears. We're going to Marvel bets. So what I'm going to do in this situation is I'm going to give you two names, and which one are you going to bet on winning in a fight? So kind of like in Thor Ragnarok, where you have Thor versus the Hulk. I'm going to give you two names, and you tell me which one you think is going to win that you would bet on. All right?
Okay.
All right, so what I have here is Wanda or Thor.
Wanda seems to have more power.
I would
I'm
say
gonna.
Wanda.
I'm betting on Wanda.
How do you think it will go down? Do you think an enchantment spell of some sort?
Oh, well, I mean, that's how. I mean, she already beat him once doing that.
Did she?
Yeah.
When did she
in
do that?
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. What did he do once he was enchanted?
Oh, he was having visions of home, what is it? What's his home called? Asgard.
Asgard.
Asgard. Like visions of everyone getting drunk at a party and but people are like acting as if they're like they've actually all died. It was like a premonition of Ragnarok.
What was going to
basically.
happen?
And so it really messed with him to the point where he literally left the planet because
He's like, I gotta go
Wanda
check.
messed him up so much that he had to leave the planet.
Yeah, I think all Wanda has to do is put the seed of doubt in my mind that I left the garage door open. I'll be like, did I? All I have to do is I'll pull away and I'll look at it and I'm all like, you should stay. And you're like, no, I'll be fine. And then you'll get to the corner of the street and you're like, I really need to circle around. Yeah. So it's Wanda who put that seed of doubt in my mind.
Okay, guilty. Yep.
All right, I like that. I was thinking Thor because he's got electricity and
He's
stuff.
very powerful, but
But if she gets the quick
especially if you watched Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, you saw that she literally took out everyone.
Yeah.
yeah,
She took out all of the sorcerers, she took out all the Illuminati team, she
the Echo thing was quite disturbing. We're
was
we're gonna have a
very
TV show this, and they're like, I don't want to see that guy anymore. But that scene scared me.
But if I want somebody who's gonna fight for the right side, I'm going for Thor
right.
Yeah,
because she might turn on me.
she is a wild card, and it was interesting to see that she fought in Civil War, knowing how powerful she was.
Oh, she probably could have single-handedly took every single one of them down.
However, if Thor's got his beer gut, then maybe I'll risk Wanda.
You would respond on that one. All right. Here's the Civil War question: Captain America Steve Rogers versus Iron Man. Just the two of them. Because we saw like the team up of Bucky, and then they worked well together. But we were left inconclusive.
Fully charged Iron Man wins.
I'm with Iron Man. Oh man, I know you're a Cap.
I'm a Cap.
You're Team
man.
Cap, and
I
I'm
am
like
Team Cap.
I like Cap too, but I think Iron Man, fully charged, wins.
Peter's stewing.
I'm stewing.
He's
over
there at the
this.
ticket booth with his bet, and he's like, "Oh!" And they're like, "Last call," and Peter's there, just waiting.
Iron Man still has specific weaknesses to his whole operation that, if exploited properly, that like Iron Man's useless. Steve Rogers, he's a tough dude. You just have to like out endure this guy, and he's got endurance.
Is that all you
So-
got?
Exactly. I could do this all day.
I could do this all day.
I could
That's
do this
right.
all day.
The waving hand. Yeah, I could do
So
this all day.
like exactly how he disabled Iron Man in Civil War. You take out his power source, he has no power.
Yeah, I think with the nano, like with
The nanos that might
or the
change
no, what is it?
things.
The stuff from the Black Panther,
The vibranium.
the vibranium. I think that changed his suit and
Is his suit vibranium? I thought it was nanotech. I didn't know that
it's
was
vibranium nanotech because they brought that up in the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But if I'm gonna again pick somebody that I want to fight for truth,
It's
I'm picking Cap.
Captain America, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna trust him over Iron.
Now, if I want someone that is going to think long term and like potential threats, I think
Iron Man
has that. He's a big
he's
thinker.
a big picture.
Yes.
Cap's more of like reaction, like we need action now, and I will lead us. Like
Yes.
I think Captain's a better leader. Iron Man's
It's a better vision.
vision. Yeah. Cool. All right. How about this one? I brought up the Hulk before. Hulk versus Doctor Strange.
Oh boy, Doctor Strange is a wild card. You just don't know when he's gonna be on his game. He should
Always
able-
on
He
his
should
game.
be in like pinnacle, like top,
he should
like
be able to, but he's
he's
not
like
as
God tier right
consistent
there.
as Wanda, as far as I'm concerned. He's inconsistent for some reason.
What's the inconsistency that you're
that
not-
just in the movies? I say he should be more powerful than this, but he's always being held back by either a plot twist or something,
Right.
to where he can't be on top. So it should be Doctor Strange with all his abilities.
How would he do it? Like we would just like
I mean,
'Cause-
you can just throw him in a portal to Antarctica, and there he is. You know what's
it's
he
like
gonna
a quick
do?
it's like a quick like portal, like you're out.
Yep.
Because we saw that with like Fearmonger
Right.
and Doctor Strange's, I guess, new leader. Well, I forget his name. Moo, is that his name?
Woo.
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 Yeah, and yeah, like they showed them fighting, and so I was like, oh, that's kind of creative. Who would win in that kind of battle? Like,
Right.
all right.
But again, if it's somebody who I want to fight for truth, I'm probably going with Doctor Strange.
He's gonna come in logical. Obviously, the emotional side of Hulk.
Hulk is kind of erratic, not quite sure.
Is just
what's gonna
pure
happen.
strength.
Right.
So it's like strength versus creative will with magic. All right.
Doctor Strange will have the ability to subdue Hulk to a certain degree. I mean, if Hulk gets to Doctor Strange, Hulk wins. But if Doctor Strange is able to outmaneuver Hulk, then Doctor Strange wins. But as soon as Hulk gets his hands on Doctor Strange, it's over.
It's kind of like Andre the Giant versus like Bruce Lee.
Sure.
You know, you're like Bruce Lee will win if he's like able to run around him.
Right.
But, like as soon as Andre the Giant has him, like you're done. Like there's
Yep.
no getting
There's no escape. Like
brute strength.
I don't care how awesome you are at memorizing magic spells. Getting punched in the face with a Hulk, that's kind of hard to come back from.
you kind of need your.
That's hard to come back from. I'm just
I agree. All right. Ant-Man and Wasp had a fight, and they're no longer together, and they're fighting over a piece of furniture.
Uh-huh.
Who wins the battle of the littles?
Oh, Wasp.
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 You think
wins.
Wasp wins?
Easily.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
even close.
Yep. He's got too much of the comic side, and she's more like, I'm a
Business.
woman. This is business.
She's a Disney lead, like Disney character. Like she's
Yeah.
very strong and does not buy into the garbage.
Right.
I
And
don't need a
he's
man.
he's
But he's
full of
creative.
garbage. He is creative. If you want somebody to think outside the box.
He's good on his feet, like, and he gets himself into trouble, but he's good at getting himself out of it.
Right. Whereas Wasp, she'll go in and out. She'll get the mission accomplished quick.
Okay.
She'll get her job done as quickly as possible, because like that's kind of her thing. It's just like in and out, boom. Like we're not gonna get sidetracked. We're not gonna get distracted. We're just gonna go.
There's
in,
no
we're gonna do the thing.
jokes. There's no
Right.
telling the plan. There's no
Gonna
Michael.
go in, do the thing, get out, boom.
There's no Michael Pena telling a funny story like, I heard from my buddy who's going over here.
Right.
And then hear from his like, yeah. Although that would be really funny to hear that narration.
So who's gonna win between Ant-Man and Star-Lord?
Ant-Man and Star-Lord.
That's a good one.
I would probably say Star-Lord might pull it off. He is a bag of
He's a bag of tricks.
He's got a bag of tricks. Like, whenever you think that, like, he's got nothing, he pulls miracles out of nowhere. So, like, he's a very creative, strategic fighter. He definitely, like, he comes off as a stupid non-planner fighter, but he's actually very smart, very strategic. Like, he knows what he's doing, and knows how to get around walls, so to speak, of things that normal people would just be like, oh, there's no way around it. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where they take all the weapons. Well, he thought about that, and he hid all the weapons in Groot.
That was good.
Like,
That was good.
that was a creative solution to the problem. How do I get guns to fight the bad guys? Oh, I'll hide them in the tree man.
So you think he's more creative than Ant-Man?
I think so.
I'm gonna go with Ant-Man. He just the size stuff and I think he would be blinded by like his own little like Huber and finding him, and Ant-Man's so quick and jumping around. I think in a fight, I think Ant-Man would win. With the size
one-on-one, I think Ant-Man would win.
I still think Star-Lord would have something in his bag of tricks to like, because like he'll have some sort of weird alien tech that'll be like, oh, whoop, you're now magnetized to the ground.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like,
So which one do you want to count on standing by you for your cause of truth?
oh, probably Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Okay.
He's my cause of truth, yeah.
Okay.
He's got a big heart.
It depends on like what part of the journey you're talking about. If you're talking about Guardians 1, no. If you're talking Guardians 3, yes.
Okay.
And he's grown. Yeah.
He's
for sure.
his character has grown. He's taken on that role of like, you know, I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about other people.
Yeah, it was a really good arc. They did a really good job in Galaxy 3 in closing
Yes,
the arcs.
They did
I thought that was one of the highlights that they've done
recently.
post Thanos.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Star Wars. We're going to do the same thing with certain characters, lightsaber battles. Think about it. All right, or
Epic Quest, is that what it was called?
Epic Duel.
Epic
Duels.
Duels. Essentially, this is what we're doing. We're creating our own little like.
Epic Duels.
Epic Duels was a board game that came out around
2000.
It was right after Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
Came out, and so it was just basically a board game where you have your different Star Wars heroes fighting each other. And so
It's almost like D&D.
It was kind of
but it's
like-
already pre-done for you.
Right.
It's very structured and
right. It was just a quick version of D&D basically. but and cards.
And you could work with teams, villains
Yeah.
versus heroes, and it was fun. You had a friend that just knew every move. He's like, you need to do this and that, and like,
Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
was,
We had all
he was
the cards.
very smart.
We had all he had all the cards memorized. Oh yeah, he was good.
He was ready for battle with your friends. Like, he took it very serious. Call out to you, Chris. You were awesome at that. You were the master of
I
that
don't even
game.
think he even owned the game.
He did. He just knew.
He didn't even own the game, but he knew every.
He knew. I saw. I was like,
aspect
man,
of that
Chris is
game.
the man on that one. All right.
I wonder what that one is on eBay now.
I think it was like $50-$60.
Oh, not
I
too
saw
bad.
it. Yeah, you can
Not
probably
too
you
bad.
can find it.
That's the eBay like gouge prices too, right? All right. So we're gonna start off with Darth Vader versus Yoda. Who would win in a lightsaber battle? And you do about the time
At what time? At what time are we talking?
I
Are
wouldn't
we
say like
talking-
not Empire Strikes Back, but I would say.
Are we doing like
you could-
time jump where like we're doing
no,
with like
no, you're doing within the 20 periods at the end of like Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back.
because
like,
like
it's-
Darth Vader wins
You think Darth Vader beats head to head?
from the time where Darth Vader is in his suit.
Yeah, Darth
Yeah,
Vader's in his
Darth
suit.
Vader wins.
So Darth.
It must be true, because why didn't Yoda just face him
Right.
when he turned bad? If he thought he could beat him
Right.
and solve this problem right from the beginning, why didn't he bring?
I think he had hope that Obi-Wan could turn him, and that Yoda needed to face Palpatine, the head of the Sith versus the head of the Jedi. I thought that's where we were coming from. It wasn't a matter of like Yoda's like, "Hey Obi-Wan, I'm so weak and tired. Can you beat up? I'll take the old man Palpatine." I don't think that was the case. Like, I think this was a moment of like, I need to take responsibility. I need for Yoda to take on Palpatine.
I mean, it was definitely more poetic for Yoda to fight
Yeah.
Palpatine than Yoda to fight Anakin.
So Yoda was just going after bringing balance to the Force rather
I
than
think
just
so.
trying to beat Darth Vader. He could have beat Darth Vader, but it wouldn't have brought balance to the Force.
I don't know if he could have beat like
angry
Prime.
Anakin,
don't
because angry
know.
Anakin's technically the most powerful,
Right.
like with metachlorians and his body connected, because once he becomes the suit, he's more machine than man, and so
Right.
his force is not as good, but his strength in the Sith Force is stronger.
Right.
And so that's where you got to
So,
take
like,
into account,
'cause,
like,
yeah, if we're
because
talking-
Anakin's like angry Sith, but his hubris got the best of him, and that's where he got in trouble with.
I think Anakin is like from Revenge of the Sith onward was always a better fighter than Yoda
Wow.
at that point. I don't think he was back like Attack of the Clones, but when we hit Revenge of the Sith,
You
through the wars and things like that, Anakin became a superior fighter than Yoda.
So I'm thinking that Yoda would win a battle against Darth Vader, but he was going for we need to bring balance to the Force.
you're with the balance.
Yes, he was going for the higher unexpected. Why don't you just go in and save us? No, we've got to bring balance to the Force.
Because if they were smart, the two of them would have worked together and be like, we could, Kenobi and Yoda really could have ganged up on one and beat them one at a time, and that probably would have been more strategic.
Probably.
Because like Palpatine wasn't gonna run anywhere. He was like, "I'm got an empire now."
Right.
So, okay. I'm just curious. I think I would have picked Darth Vader. Just the power that he had, I think would have been too much for Yoda. All right. Better pilot, Han Solo or Hera Syndulla?
Who is Hera Syndulla?
You don't know who Hera Syndulla is?
It's who his daughter's named after.
It's
No, I don't think so.
you think Han Solo?
No.
Well, he
who-
doesn't know.
Hera
I don't-
Syndulla. She's in Rebels. She's the Green Twilight.
Oh, okay.
She's like General Syndulla in the new Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
That's her.
She's probably a better pilot. Han Solo talks a lot, but I don't know that he's a better pilot.
I don't think he's a better pilot. I would say
He's a better talker.
He's
Yeah,
definitely a better
definitely. More entertaining.
He'll sell someone that he's a better pilot.
I think Chewie may be the better pilot between Han.
I would agree with that.
and-
I think Chewie
and
is a better
Chewie.
pilot.
Okay.
But yeah, I would if it's Han and Hera, Hera wins.
Yeah, I think the better
Easily.
pilot, the best person to get out of a sticky situation, I would probably go with Han.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
He's the MacGyver pilot of the galaxy.
Yes. He's the bag of tricks.
He's not the MacGruber, but the MacGyver.
But the MacGyver. MacGruber.
All right. Who would win in an early lightsaber duel? Young Luke Skywalker, and we'll say like Empire Strikes Back,
Okay.
versus Ezra from Rebels.
Okay.
um,
I'm thinking Ezra's more trained at that point for Luke. Luke might take him in the next movie, but
right.
I think
Probably because I think he had a proper training. Ezra had better proper training than Luke ever did. Luke had like
Lou has raw talent, but
Yes.
he's not
he's got
trained
good
yet.
genes
yeah,
Yeah.
or bad genes. He gets to choose what type of genes he has.
right.
Um,
Yeah, I think initially I think Ezra would be a better fighter, but over time Luke definitely surpasses Ezra's ability easily.
I think so.
Like if you're looking at like Prime Ezra and Prime Luke, not even close.
I think Luke Skywalker Return of Jedi just wipes the floor
yes.
easily. Wipes the shoulder off, right? Like in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Nice try, kid. All right, this is the scene that we always wish we saw: Darth Vader versus Darth Maul.
Wow.
Like, are we talking Suit Vader or are we talking Anakin Vader?
Suit Vader.
Suit Vader?
Vader wins.
Oh, no, I would say.
So,
Maul
like
would
in that episode of Rebels, where Ahsoka and Darth Vader have their epic battle, Darth Maul's on that planet too.
win. Right.
I was so wanting Darth Vader and Darth Maul to have a moment where,
Well-
like, we cannot, Maul going, like, Darth Maul going, we both can't be his apprentice, and Darth Vader just, like,
You know
to
what?
me, I want Darth Vader just to, like, wipe him across
Yep.
the floor again, like
Yep.
Emperor Palpatine
I-
did to Darth Maul.
I think you guys are right. I think Darth Vader would win because Darth Maul even indicates that like he is afraid of Vader.
Vader
He gets
has-
sensed, like, that hate, and, like, that guy, he's like, that guy's power source is dark. Like, he's a dark guy. He lost his.
"I'm dark."
He choked
He's-
out and killed the woman he loved, and was betrayed. And then his brother set him on fire after cutting his legs off. And then his master, like, put him in a suit that he can't get out of because it'll kill him. And like, he's got some darkness. Like, even he's like, I got cut in half, but like, I just hate Kenobi. That's it.
Ultimately, it comes down to Vader has better banter. Darth Maul doesn't have as good banter. as
Rebels
Darth Vader.
one,
Rebels and
they really
Clone
built up a
Wars.
good Darth Maul character.
The guy who does the voice for Maul through the cartoon series, he's very knowledgeable. Like he definitely upped Maul's character
There's an epic battle in the end of Clone Wars with Ahsoka
and
and
Maul.
Darth Maul and the Battle of Mandalore.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was probably one of the top like 3 lightsaber battles I've ever seen in the Star Wars universe. So if you haven't seen that scene, watch it because you
Like-
get a feel of how good Maul is still
Maul is
against
a good,
like Ahsoka. And Ahsoka best Darth Vader
right.
and when they meet up in Rebels.
Right. I would say
We're
that's-
really nerding ourselves out
oh,
here.
big time. So
But
I
it's
would-
so fun.
I would say, like Maul is really good. He's a good swordsman. He's
Yes.
very
With a double.
acrobatic and all that stuff. Like he knows how to handle a blade. Vader has a stronger power of the Force.
Force.
Like,
That's what
he
I
knows-
was thinking.
He's
He
gonna
has-
knock him across the
Knock
wall.
him across
He's just
the
gonna
wall,
be like,
choke
boop,
him.
you're done. Like, I don't even need to fight you. Like, that's how powerful he is. Like, he's like, I don't even need to raise my lightsaber to you.
And you kind of saw that in the Kenobi
Yes.
show, where like the Inquisitor,
Yes.
and he's like, I'm not even gonna try with you. Like, you're not even worth my time.
Yeah.
Like, and like when he's toying with Kenobi, even though we know Kenobi had like suppressed his Jedi Force
Right.
like ability, like you saw Darth Vader and you're like, whoa, this guy is no joke. And then you could always look back at like the movie the where they get the plan, where they're trying to get the plans. That last
Rogue
scene.
One.
Rogue One, yes.
Oh, yeah, that was...
When you saw Rogue One, you're like, whoa. Props to you.
And again-
You could be punny in your jokes,
That's my only gripe with that movie.
because at the end of the movie, I was all like, I want 2 hours of that, please.
That was the first time Darth Vader had used his lightsabers against a non-Jedi user.
That was good. So, okay, Darth Vader, we thinking
Yes.
Yeah.
he'll beat him? All right.
Yeah.
All right. This is the last one battle right here. Darth Vader versus Mace Windu.
Ooh.
Darth Vader.
I don't know. Mace Windu is considered to be like the greatest lightsaber duelist.
He's maybe still alive. That
Like,
door's still open.
He beat Palpatine on his own.
Please don't hurt me.
Right. He beat Palpatine. The only reason why he lost is because Anakin
He blindsided him. I need him.
He's
I wanna-
dangerous to be alive.
I want to go to the movies with you and watch that movie because the
Yes.
lines are so unnatural.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, like when he tells us that. Yes, I want to see that movie with you when it comes out. But so you think Mace Windu would best him?
I think
Would you
he
think
would.
an Anakin raw, like angry, like at Mustafar before he meets Kenobi versus Mace Windu?
I think Mace Windu would win.
Do you think he'd be with like the
I
peak
think
strength of
he
Vader? Do you
is-
think he would beat Mace Windu? Like 'cause Mace Windu believed he was the chosen one.
Right, he did.
Mace Windu needs a movie just for him
He does. I agree.
because we don't know him.
I think it would be a great
that
movie
way.
because then Darth Vader can kill him at the end.
I think if we get Mace Windu and Suit Vader, I think Vader wins. Because at that point, Vader has, I think, a stronger connection to the
They both
Force,
lose an arm, so they're all equal. That one.
right? But I think pre-suit, Mace would win.
Well, yeah, before he became Darth Vader, yeah.
I think the Force is really, really strong.
Yeah.
And it's more developed. Like you see that one Cartoon Network where he jumps down in the middle of them and he takes out like
He punches stormtroopers in the face.
no one can beat that. No one.
That was intense. He just punches the ground and like 500 droids explode. Yeah.
That's
Power
finally.
Rangers.
It was
that
Power
It was
Ranger Star
definitely
Wars,
Power Ranger Star
but it
Wars,
was
yeah.
really cool. They're like, whoa. You saw that and you're like, Jedis are powerful. Before that, all you had was like Luke Skywalker kind of learning it, and Obi-Wan like, I'll take a loss for the team on this one, and bows out, mid like old man battle of lightsabers. So yeah, it was really cool when we're getting introduced to Star Wars and seeing that kind of stuff. All right, let's do Star Wars movies. Like, which ones would you rather watch? I will group them by prequel, sequels, and
I had this discussion
OG.
last night with my friends.
There we go. Would you rather watch the prequels or the sequels?
Prequels.
George
I-
Lucas.
I would rather watch the sequels.
Why the sequels?
I think the sequels are more entertaining.
More
Really?
entertaining.
I like the prequels more. Don't get me wrong.
The lore
prequels-
and everything builds the world
lore
better.
Is great, but I feel like the movies are entertaining. It's a fun adventure we go on. Does the
You get the
is
Hodo
Is
maneuver.
the story good? Not really.
No.
Story's not good, but the adventure is still fun. That's why. I know it might sound like a controversial statement to say that, but I think
You're coming at it from the point of view of being entertained as opposed to why would you watch it?
I feel that episode 3, episode 1's good enough, and episode 3 redeems the prequels enough, whereas I think episode 9 is a disaster.
Yeah. It was a missed opportunity.
I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you. I just feel that if I'm looking at all the 3 prequel movies and the 3 sequel movies, I'm going to enjoy watching the sequel movies more than I will watching I Hate Sand.
I killed all of them. Even the women and children.
Right. It's just like,
Jeez.
yes, I get it. There's really bad lines in this in the
They fly?
They fly now? They fly now. Yeah, there's some bad
We
lines.
can't do the Hodo maneuver. That was like 1 in a million chance. Okay.
Palpatine came back somehow.
You're right. There's some great lines to laugh at in there.
There are. But like,
It's like Han Solo's alive? How did that one happen? I'm in your head, kid. I'm in your head.
I just feel like I will leave like entertained more than I will, because I've seen the prequels so much that I have them like
They're your
remember-
childhood,
We watched
yeah.
episode 1 on May the 5th, and we're like, me and you were sitting next to each other. We were like mouthing and quoting
was
the
fun.
entire movie together.
It was fun. And when episode 2 comes out, I'll take a nice nap like I did when I first saw it. I'll be like, woo, that was a good nap. All right. I think we almost answered this. Episode 1 versus episode 2.
1.
1.
Okay, episode 1.
Yeah.
All
Not
right.
even close.
Yeah, but yeah.
Even episode 1 after what Alkalite has done to episode 1.
I just
I'm
pretend-
opening up Cambodia, but I was like,
Just ignore what Acolyte did and
Yes.
just move on.
right, move on.
Nobody's gonna consider Acolyte canon because it takes place so far out of the timeline. People aren't gonna care about that.
okay, all right. Outside of the Skywalker saga, well, sort of, Rogue One versus Solo. Which one do you want to watch?
Rogue One.
Rogue One is considered one of the best ones.
I agree, Rogue One.
I'm gonna pick Solo.
Solo was a good movie.
It was
Solo
so
is good.
good.
Solo
It
was
is
a good.
really good.
There's some good characters in there. It was a fun adventure.
I like the way Rogue One ended better than I like the way Solo ended.
I agree. The ending's better. You know, Solo could have had Darth Maul cutting up a bunch of people, like Darth Vader cutting up a bunch of people. But Solo left you with like, Darth Maul's here? Oh snap! And then it just
and then we're just
that was
not-
the biggest
We're
tease
not going. We're not going to acknowledge
ever.
that
And I was like, this stinks.
Yeah, I would look forward to a Solo sequel.
I think we missed out on learning about the Jabba debt,
Yep.
you know, and dealing with Darth Maul and that underworld
and we might have
Man.
gotten our proper Boba Fett.
like episode or history
Interaction,
Yeah. Missed opportunity because like toxic Disney fans or toxic Star Wars fans, but I think that was a good learning lessons that, hey, you were given a decent product or, you know, and you didn't give it a chance.
Yep.
And it was actually, and I bet you most of them would probably look back and going, that was not bad. And it didn't deserve what we did to it.
Right.
Now,
Well, that was
now
just-
does
yeah.
Star Wars deserve some of the garbage it's getting? That's up for another discussion another day.
That'll be a discussion that we'll have later.
All right. All right. How about this? Who has the best lightsaber fight? The Obi-Wan versus Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, or the
Duel of
the episode 1 Obi-Wan Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul?
I think that they're both good for different reasons. I think the Duel of the Fates is a great,
Great music.
Yeah.
it's a good it's a good like pump you up fight scene.
Yep.
Like you're like, whoa, this is exciting.
Yeah, you got a crowd going, oh,
Exactly. Right? Whereas the episode 3 Anakin Obi-Wan fight is more suspenseful, where you're just like, oh my gosh, like you're like into the fight.
I've never been absorbed into a lightsaber fight more than that one.
Correct. And so like it's hard for me to pick like what I would pick as like the better fight. Probably I'm going to pick Duel of the Fates.
How about you, Father Yoder?
You're asking me specifically.
Which fight do you like?
Which one do you prefer?
Which one do you prefer? Like, if you had to choose one to
Duel
watch,
of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates. It's the music.
That definitely is
That's
a
a
big factor there.
I'm actually gonna go with the Obi-Wan and Anakin one.
And I don't blame you for that.
I like the
You know,
emotion in it,
it's
and it always surprises me because I'm like, the intricacy keeps growing on me. I'm like, wow, that was really good. Like, because I'm always like the Duel of the Fates. Is that what it's called?
yeah.
It's beautiful, and it was like the first exposure to like
And especially
awesome lightsaber fighting.
And especially when you learn the history of like why it's called Duel of the Fates, like Dave Filoni like talks about that, and like it's actually like really cool how he talked about how like George Lucas was like created a masterpiece with Duel of the Fates, because he said like this is the most important lightsaber fight. This lightsaber fight decided the fate of the entire galaxy,
Yeah.
because if Qui-Gon lived, Anakin would not have fallen to the dark side.
So you're saying Obi-Wan was the reason why Obi-Wan's bad teaching? I could see the one YouTube guy who does like the
Yes.
voiceover.
Right?
You know, Qui-Gon's like, this wouldn't happen with me, Anakin. And he's eating his Doritos.
His Doritos.
I would have saved you. Obi-Wan was a bad teacher. Master Qui-Gon.
Because that's what that whole fight was about. The duel of the fates of Anakin as to what will be Anakin's fate.
Okay, so I've got one.
Sure.
Who wins this lightsaber battle? Chapek or Iger?
Obviously, Iger just won. Iger dominated the fight.
I think
From my understanding of what took place, Iger was still...
he's like, I'll pay his check to leave and I'll come at. And like, he probably threw, I've got like 800 million. Here's 20 million, Bob. You can leave. And like, Disney's like, oh, I'm going to pay him any money. And you just fire. Yeah, sure. Sounds good with me.
Iger was still pulling the strings even when he was gone.
Oh, that's got to be horrible. Like, your ex-boss
That was
coming in.
my understanding, is that like Iger was still pretty much doing everything he wanted to do, and then so like we give Chapek a hard time, but Iger's to blame too.
Oh no, I think everyone's starting to, you know, I myself, and I think other people are going, all right, Bob, you created this world,
He
like,
did.
So Iger is Palpatine in this scenario.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Iger's Palpatine, Chapek is Maul, and gets discarded like scum.
So 20 years from now, Iger comes back.
20 years from that, yeah, somehow he returns.
Qui-Gon's going, how does he come back? Like, I got poked once, he got cut in half, like, yeah.
Back to hadn't been invented.
All right, last Star Wars one, Darth Vader movie or Darth Plagueis movie, what do you want?
Who's Darth Plagueis?
Darth Plagueis is Darth Sidious or Palpatine's master before,
Okay.
and he's the one that's like getting credit for creating Anakin, but it's really not him getting credit. It's basically Darth Plagueis and Palpatine created a vergence, but they thought they could create it in their favor, but the Force was like, it doesn't work like that. We'll create this, but we're not. Their fate has not been chosen yet.
Okay, so what's the original question?
So, would you like Disney to produce a Darth Vader movie or a Darth Plagueis movie?
Darth Vader.
I feel like we've already had Darth Vader movies, and so I honestly would rather see a Palpatine movie over Plagueis.
Palpatine over
I
Plagueis.
think a Palpatine movie would be interesting to see. If I had to choose between Palpatine and Plagueis, I just feel like Darth Vader. That's what the whole first 6 movies are. It's his story. Like, yeah, he's not the main character in.
But
4,
you get
5,
like Darth
6,
Vader in the suit,
but
like
he's still
like adventure.
It's still his story. So like we already have his story. Like we don't need more. I feel.
I need it.
I
Give me more Darth Vader.
I'd like more Darth Vader. I do like the idea.
I just feel like the more Vader we get, the more punny Vader we get.
Yeah, so visually entertaining wise, I want Darth Vader, but the lore,
Yep.
Story wise, yeah,
I
could see
want
that.
the story, and I'd want George Lucas to do it. I don't want Disney to do it. That's what my rule would, my own stipulation.
Because like I don't know what I would want with a Vader movie, because like where do you put it? Do you put it like around the same time as like Obi-Wan? Do you put it in the middle of the original trilogy? At that
It
point,
would
like,
be in the Empire part.
you lose an aspect of like will they or won't they, because they have plot armor.
I think the easiest Darth Vader story you can do is like right after he becomes Darth Vader.
Sure.
And he has that struggle. Because you can at least have like the turmoil of what
Sure.
he's come to grips with, and him like having to accept his fate, and also maneuver the early Empire and trying to accept him. And like you could see him be like frustrated while he tries to get his red lightsaber.
Right.
Like, well, technically he's supposed to like, yeah, he gets his red lightsaber and that. So that could get the ball rolling into like his position into the Empire. I think that would be the safest way of doing a Darth Vader movie.
You think George Lucas would be the person you'd want to
No,
make
I
a
would-
Star Wars movie now?
I would pick Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni could do it.
He could do it,
He
but
could
I
do
think
it.
if you're gonna do like the lore stuff, I would want him to do with George Lucas.
I would love to see it just because I know the time of him being able to do it is coming to an end.
Yeah, I mean he's heading into his 80s pretty soon, right?
Right. So I'd say
This
I
would be
would
his last
love
hooray.
Disney to say, do whatever Star Wars. I don't care about any
He's
of our
not.
canon.
He's
Just
not.
do whatever you want.
He won't do it. I don't.
I don't-
want him to.
I
I
think
don't
that's
know
what he
that he
wanted
would.
when he was bought out by Disney.
Right.
That Disney's gonna be like, hey, can you we're gonna give you money and you get to make what you want, and Disney's like, nah, we in charge now.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think that's what I'm saying. I think they should give George Lucas.
you get your sequel what you want.
Yep.
You get your sequels, complete your story. We did ours. We made money from it.
You do whatever you
do
want.
what you want. This is your virgins in the Star Wars world. We already introduced multiverse. Why can't we do multiverse on this? And I think Disney fans wouldn't be angry with that.
No, I don't think so.
They would
I think
they would get-
be curious. What
The
the
artist gets to complete their work.
Yes.
How would they end it? And it's tough because they're like, you don't really the age. Like you're missing Leia, but I think it would be
They could bring Leia back.
like, yeah, they can.
with deep fakes
Technology,
and all
yeah.
that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll finish this up. We'll do like a lightning round real quick. We're going to do food. All right, for those who are so sick of our nerding out at this
Yeah.
point. Food, churro or chimichanga?
I'm a churro dude. I'm
Churro.
a sweet dude.
I'm going chimichanga
Yeah.
because you guys just ate a soggy churro at Disney World. I didn't say. You guys were eating a soggy churro. Yeah, I said just, no, I didn't say. I would just...
You
yeah,
tricked me.
Yeah.
You tricked me.
You're
I
right.
did. No, I think churro is the popular choice, but I just love the chimichanga there.
There's
All right.
just a lot of variety with churros that you can have now. So
Churro or popcorn?
Popcorn.
I
I'd
figured.
probably pick popcorn too.
I'm going churro still. I'm not a popcorn. Mickey Bar versus Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip. Don't like the Mickey Bars.
I like the Mickey bars, but Dole Whip I like better.
just think they're too frozen. Come on. And then last one.
Well, I'd rather have it frozen than melted. I bought this ice cream.
It's like rolling down your arm.
Where's the Mickey?
All right. The Bengal Tiger versus the new Bao restaurant there in
at the
Adventureland.
Tropical Hideaway.
I think Bao is more filling.
I would agree with that.
I mean, if I got more,
You get one. You
Bengal,
get one. You know, little
Bengal
platter.
barbecue is delicious food.
Yes,
But you get nothing. They give you nothing.
You give them everything,
and
they give you
2
very little.
bites. Here's 2 bites.
And you tell your kids, "That's your dinner," because we spent all our money.
We just spent $30 on 5 pieces of meat.
You should have chosen the bread bowl soup. You would have been filled up. But no, I want skewers. Yeah, I would go with the bows just for the quantity, but the flavor is there at the Bengal Tiger. All right, thank you for joining us in our what is this episode called?
Would You Rather?
Would you rather? Yes, I've lost track. Would you rather name it this or would you rather name it that? What did you think of that, Tina? Was that fun?
It was so much fun.
Woo! All right. If you have a would you rather, you can hit us up on our social medias. Share our episode if you enjoyed it with others. It's fun to see how it spread. Like I've had somebody go and like, oh, I listened to your podcast. This person shared it with me and I really enjoyed it. And that's all. It's fun when people come up to me and they're just all like, yeah, I listen to your podcast. I love it. And like, I listen to it every week and I'm all like, I had no idea you listen to it every week. And like, so it's
Right.
really cool. And they discuss like their aspect of what they like listening to. So, sharing it. If not, that's fine. It's up to you. It could be your special podcast that you keep in your pocket, but you know, we're growing and people like listening to us. So with that being said, Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Matterhorn Yodelers. Please remember before your bobsled comes to a complete stop to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember,
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.